Hours after the attack on Pearl Harbor, a Japanese fighter pilot crash-landed on a small Hawaiian island. Thinking nobody would ever find him out there, he couldn't have been more wrong. What happened over the next 6 days got so violent, so fast, that it drew the attention of military authorities. Here's what almost nobody knows. This happened on U.S. soil in Hawaii, and almost nobody outside that island knows it happened at all. Because this island isn't like the rest of Hawaii. You can't book a flight here. You can't just show up. One family has controlled who sets foot on this land for over 150 years. No exceptions. Doesn't matter how much money you have. And by the end of this video, I'm going to connect this place to somewhere completely different. Another forbidden piece of land where the danger isn't people at all. It's what lives on the ground. And trust me, this story gets a whole lot stranger. Let's get into it. So, where exactly is this place? Niihau sits just off the coast of Kauai. Close enough that on a clear day, tourists on Kauai's western beaches can literally see it on the horizon. Back in 1864, a Scottish widow named Elizabeth Sinclair bought the entire island from the Kingdom of Hawaii for $10,000 in gold. Believe it or not, the commonly told version of the story even includes a grand piano thrown in as part of the deal. That's roughly a few $100,000 today for an entire island. And somehow, more than 150 years later, her descendants, the Robinson family, still own it today. All of it. Now here's the crazy part. Even today, nobody can agree on exactly how many people live there. Estimates range anywhere from 30 to 130, depending on who you ask and what season it is. The population's fluid, since some families split time between Niihau and Kauai. Most are descendants of the people already living there when Sinclair bought the land. No paved roads, hardly any cars. A lot of homes don't even have running water, though the island does have solar-powered school facilities and some modern logistical support. So it's not exactly stuck in the 1800s. And get this, Niihau is widely recognized as the only community in Hawaii where Hawaiian remains the primary language of everyday life. And here's the part that earned it the nickname. You literally can't visit, not as a tourist, not as a journalist, not really as anyone, unless the Robinson family personally invites you, or you're related to someone already living there. Now, you'd think a private island is just a rich family's backyard, right? Nope. What the Robinsons really built out, there's a lot stranger than that, and it's exactly why the Forbidden Island nickname stuck. For most of its history, Niihau operated as a private cattle and sheep ranch. The Robinson family employed the native Hawaiian residents on the land, and in return kept the island almost completely sealed off from outside influence. No tourism, no modern development, no commercial contact with the rest of Hawaii. And according to the family, the reasons never really changed. Protect the residents' way of life, their language, their culture, from the same forces that transformed the rest of Hawaii after statehood. Mass tourism, resort development, outside industry. But then something happened that nobody on that island saw coming. Now here's the thing. This isn't some conspiracy. Everything about Niihau up to this point is well documented. One family made this decision, and they've stuck with it for more than a century. But like any place that says you can't come here, it built a reputation. And in December 1941, that reputation collided head-on with a war. Okay, this is where the story gets genuinely intense. Because what happened on this island less than 24 hours after Pearl Harbor isn't a footnote in the history books. It's one of the stranger, lesser-known stories of the entire war. Here's exactly how it went down. December 7th, 1941. While the attack on Pearl Harbor was still underway, a Japanese Zero fighter pilot named Shigenori Nishikaichi ran low on fuel. His orders, if that happened, were to crash land on Niihau because Japanese military planners genuinely believed the island was uninhabited. It wasn't empty at all. His plane crash landed near a small Hawaiian settlement, and the residents, who hadn't even heard about Pearl Harbor yet, helped him out of the wreckage. For a couple of days, things stayed tense but calm. Then word finally reached the island. Japan had just attacked the United States. Everything changed the moment that news landed. With help from a small number of local residents of Japanese descent, he tried to recover documents and a weapon from the wreckage, and took a Hawaiian couple hostage in an attempt to regain control of the island. That's when a local man named Ben Kanahele decided he'd had enough and confronted him directly. The pilot fired 3 shots from just a few feet away, and somehow Kanahele kept coming. Badly wounded, he picked the pilot up and threw him against a stone wall, killing him instantly. Kanahele survived. He'd later received the Purple Heart and the Medal for Merit for what he did that day. But here's where it gets interesting. This whole thing became known as the Niihau Incident, and it was significant enough that it actually got referenced in later military reports, including debates over Japanese-American loyalty on the mainland. Historians still disagree on exactly how much weight it carried in those decisions, but it's one of the documented flashpoints from that entire period. And that's where things take an unexpected turn. World War II ended 80 years ago. So why is this island still locked down in 2026? Turns out, the reason has nothing to do with secrecy, and everything to do with something most of us have already lost. Today, Niihau isn't completely cut off. The ranch operation ended in the late 1990s, and since the mid-1980s, the Robinson families run limited helicopter tours and guided hunting trips on parts of the island. These tours are the only legal way outsiders can set foot on Niihau. Even then, they're tightly controlled. Visitors stay away from the residential village and have almost no interaction with the people who live there. You can see the island. You still can't live there or wander freely or really get to know it. And the reasoning today is basically the same one the family's given for generations. Niihau residents speak Hawaiian as a first language, keep up traditions that have faded almost everywhere else in the state, and live largely without the tourism economy that reshaped the rest of Hawaii. So what does that really come down to? The forbidden label isn't about hiding something dark. It's about protecting something genuinely rare, a place where a culture wasn't diluted by the outside world. Whether you agree with it or not, that's honestly a fair debate, but the reasoning itself is documented, not a mystery. If you didn't know a real forbidden island existed inside the United States, drop a palm tree in the comments and let me know honestly, would you really want to visit? Or does the whole setup creep you out a little? And here's the part that connects this island to something else I want to show you. Niihau stays forbidden because of people, protecting a way of life through isolation. Every single rule here exists because of a human decision, upheld generation after generation. But there's another island out there, also technically part of a country's territory, where the danger isn't people at all. It's the ground itself, or more specifically, what's actually living on it. Both places share the exact same rule. You cannot set foot there. But the reason behind that rule couldn't be more different. Niihau is forbidden because of a private, cultural decision. People protecting people. The next island's forbidden because of a literal, lethal biological threat. Nature protecting itself, whether it means to or not. And honestly, nature's version might be a lot harder to argue with. So that's Niihau, a real forbidden island, sitting quietly inside U.S. borders, protecting something most of the world has already lost. But if you think forbidden can't get more extreme than one family's private rule, wait until you see the next one. It's called Snake Island, and the name is not an exaggeration. This time, there's no family to ask permission from. There's one of the densest populations of venomous snakes anywhere on Earth, packed onto a single stretch of land, and a law that says you legally can't go there without a doctor standing by. If Niihau made you curious, Snake Island makes Niihau look safe. That one's coming next week. If you don't want to miss it, hit subscribe, because this series is only getting stranger.